So welcome to this first tutorial in the Inno 101 series, where we're going to explore what is innovation. And if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, welcome. It's great to have you here. My name is Tom Pullen. I used to be a global innovation director within a major corporate, and since then I've helped over 25 other large companies to accelerate their innovation performance. So you might be wondering why I'm creating a video called What is Innovation? Because it's kind of obvious, right? Well, wrong. Unfortunately, innovation as a notion and as a word has been so overused and misused that we actually need to redefine what we're talking about before we go any further. So that's the objective of this video today. There are literally hundreds and thousands of different definitions of the word innovation, and it doesn't really matter which one you use. But for me, any great definition must contain three mandatory ingredients. And the first one of these ingredients is new. So, whatever the innovation is, it must contain some element of newness. Whether that's new to the world, new to a specific market, new to an industry, new to a category, or new to a company. It doesn't really matter, but it must bring something new versus what already exists. The second ingredient of a great innovation definition is value. So any innovation must create value for at least two different sets of people. So the first set of people is customers or consumers or users, and the types of value that innovation can create are making a certain product or service experience better, or indeed solving a specific problem that they have. Secondly, it's also critical that any innovation delivers value back to the organization who's innovating. Because after all, if an innovation doesn't earn its keep, then the organization simply won't support it in the medium to long term, or potentially do other innovation initiatives later on. The types of value that can be created for the organization can be financial value, so increased revenue or decreased costs. They can be operational value, like increased productivity or increased production speed, or indeed something like increased value in sustainability. The third ingredient that's critical to any innovation is real. Unless it's actually in the real world, it's not an innovation. And innovation, by definition, must exist in real life, not just be the ideas in someone's head or a concept written on a paper in a drawer somewhere. And this is often the key difference that sets apart highly performing innovative companies versus those that perform less well. The conviction, the grit, the energy, the determination to get innovations into the real world. Because if it's not in the real world, it's not creating value. So those are my three mandatory ingredients for defining any innovation. And if you agree with me on these, this means that there are two key things to take out. Firstly, the scope of innovation does not and should not just include new products, but also new services, new business models, new processes, and not just as an add-on, but really as a fundamental and integral part of any innovation strategy. Secondly, innovation should not be limited to the traditional innovation functions of marketing and R&D. All functions have the possibility and the responsibility to innovate. Finance, purchasing, supply chain, and definitely not forgetting HR, who have the additional responsibility to support those people trying to innovate within the organization. So that's it for this video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope that you've learned something. If you have, please give it a like and feel free to subscribe to this channel to see future Inno 101 videos. Thanks for your support and see you next time.